Hi guys, this is Eri-chan, also known as Red Winged Angel or Red Winged Angel 02. Pretty much the whole purpose of this first recording is to have my friends and subscribers ask me any question or request for me to say aloud, and I answer them. Honestly, I was gonna wait about a month until I recorded this, but it was like I posted this a week ago. But I really don't think anyone else is going to add any more questions, and the list is a little short, but that's okay. Yeah, so before I start, I want to apologize for the swearing I might do, because I swear a lot. Sorry, bad habit. Or if I mess up on friends' names, usernames, you know, like I know some people in real life, but I'm just gonna use usernames to make it easier, you know. So if I mess up on usernames, I apologize, but I'll do the best that I can, okay? So for the first one is by Yume Megumi, and she asks, for how many years have you been drawing, and what are your favorite tools? Well, let's see, I've been drawing in general for a long time, since I was a little kid, you know. However, when I first got into Photoshop, which is like my main art tool right now, that was about 5 years ago, I believe. Yeah, beginning of freshman year in high school. But before Photoshop, you know, the years that I was practicing drawing, it was mostly color pencil I'd work with, or pencil, sometimes watercolor. But yeah, I really enjoy working with my tablet and improving on my art digitally, although there's always room for improvement, and I'd also like to learn more medias. I did learn a bunch of charcoal in my first semester of college this year, and I really did enjoy it despite its messiness. You know, I really learned a lot, but I like to learn more, you know, to have a variety of what I can do, because I feel like I'm limited yet expanding at the same time with my art. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. For my second question is actually by Surrender, dammit. She's the one who inspired me to do this. So she asks, what makes a movie really good in your opinion? And if you take all your favorite movies and see what they have in common, what would it be? Well, in my opinion, what makes a movie really good is having a good plot, you know? I mean, we have all these great digital animations and we keep improving upon those things, but honestly, movies suck nowadays. I'll be totally honest. No one has any original ideas anymore, and whatever ideas there are being made, they've already been done or used, or just remakes in general. It's like they're trying to hide the crappiness with good animation, and that's anime is included, you know. That's why I don't really watch new animes nowadays. To answer your second question, if I take all my favorite movies, what they see in common? Okay, well, what I really like in movies is a bit of romance, action, good plot, obviously. And recently, I've learned that I'm getting into horror / mind fuck movies. Like, they really mess with your head. I don't mind watching horror movies if they do that, but I just don't like gore, you know. I like, okay, I don't need that. But, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Okay, this is from my friend Ren. She doesn't have a DA, and I'm really blanking on her Tumblr name, so I think it was Xefi. She asks, how do you personally interpret the relationship between Munto and Yumimi, and how do you view it, and in what context to canon? Well, if you guys obviously don't know, I'm a really big Munto fan. I may have not seen the original OVAs when they first came out, but got into the series, and have my own opinions on the series. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. If I were to interpret Munto and Yumimi's relationship, I'd say, because of their magical bond, which they obtained in their first connection in the first OVA, it's very intimate, because pretty much they know each other's lives from, well, at least Yumimi was 13, and Munto, who knows how old he was. I say he was probably around 17, maybe 18. Anyway, they know each other's heads from that point in their lives. Every little detail and emotion that they were feeling up until then. And they know everything, you know, to the point, oh, creeper, see me when I undress, or, well, when I undress and see myself undressing. Anyway, just kind of joke, even though I wrote a fan fiction about that. Anyway, the whole intimate concept, but then it's fragile at the same time, in the second OVA, well, I don't know how you say it, OVA or OVA, I just say OVA, sorry if I'm messing that up, but it establishes that Munto is really, scared to get Tsuyimi, even though his kingdom and world in general needs her to stabilize the Akuto. And the whole reason for that is because he's afraid that once he connects with her again, she would disappear, she would cease to exist. And just that whole concept in general, in my opinion, really shows that he cares for her. He might not even understand his own feelings. It's confusing him, it's causing him to unravel. Like, what is this feeling? Why do I feel like I must feel to protect her? Some shit. Why do I have to sacrifice everything to protect her and stuff? But in one of the websites, it mentions that she yearns, and it's kind of obvious too, that to see him again. They both want to see each other again, but either they can't or they're afraid to. And so it's a hesitance, but then later in that same OVA, I think episode 6, one of the best scenes in the whole series is where he says, it looks like I have to trust you too, because she gave him her full trust in the first one to pass the space-time continuum, and just that trust and respect with one another really solidifies their bond. And yeah, overall, just to summarize what I just was rambling about, intimacy, fragile strength at the same time, and respect. Honestly, I can, joking terms, I can see them with other people as pairs, or maybe not even as pairs, It kind of looked like he was too old or just not her type, but yeah, they make a great pair, in my opinion. So they totally kick ass with one another. I wish they'd show more of what they could do together in the third movie. They just fucked up that whole movie. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna get into that, but you know how I feel about that movie, Ren. Anyway, to answer your second question, how do you view it and in what context of canon? Well, I think I kind of already answered that. So, canon OTP for the win. On to the next question. With Angel of Faith, she asks, what is the meaning of life? Wow, okay. And then she says, I'll let your imagination go wild. Okay, well, besides Munto Yumimi sex. Kidding. I say to live life to the fullest, You never know when it's gonna end. I know it sounds really cheesy, but live, laugh, love. It's very cliche, I apologize, but that's all I can really think of. Even those own words, I need to follow myself because I stay in my comfort zone, I don't always take chances, but try and do that with life. You never know when it's gonna end. I may not be a person to watch the news very often because I personally feel it's very depressing about what's going on in the world, but you just never know when it's gonna end, So, I don't know if that really helps answer your question, but yeah. Next one is by Promise Freedom, and they ask, what was your favorite childhood cartoon? Well, in the very beginning, and I'll be honest, what got me into anime in general was Pokemon. I was a big fan. I'd get up early, watch the 7 o'clock episodes. But then I recall being a really, really big fan of Sailor Moon. Digimon, too. That was a big one. What else? On Cartoon Network, I remember really liking the Powerpuff Girls. And I think I was sort of into The Kid Next Door. I'm just thinking what else I was into. Dragon Ball Z. I need to get back into that. I remember staying up late, even though late back then was 10:30. Late for me is 3 in the morning. Yes. Yeah, that's a couple shows, but pretty much Pokemon and Sailor Moon. Next one is from Devamp, and she asks, if you could be any letter in the alphabet, which would you be, and for what reason? Well, when I first recorded this, I kept thinking of R, and I'm still thinking of R, and I have no idea why. Maybe because my middle name is Ray. I don't know. Just R. Because I'm rambunctious. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, the next is from our last user, Dragon Raccoon, and they ask, if you could be any kind of animal, what would it be? I'd probably, even though I'm allergic to them myself, I'd probably be a cat or a bird, because before anime. It was birds for me. Big bird obsession. Really loved northern cardinals. Still are my favorites, but you get to just chill for the most part. Go with life without caring with stresses of school and stresses of parents and stresses of shit, you know? Yeah. So, they actually have asked me 4 questions. So the next one is, what would you do for $1 million? Too bad it can't be what would you do with $1 million, but it's not the question. So, what would I do for $1 million? Oh, anything besides losing another limb, because I don't know if you've all known, but I don't have a right foot because I was born premature, having all those complications of being a preemie and stuff. Then 4 months later, just totally summarizing this, like, shit, they found a malignant tumor, a cancerous tumor, and they had to actually amputate my foot from the ankle down. Anyway, going out of context, sorry. So, not losing another limb, thanks. You know, I've lived it with all my life, but I don't think I could do that again. Not kill anyone, because I've seen a couple movies like, oh, if you make a phone call, you'll get $1 million. Or betray or hurt a family member or friend, just, you know. Or if I'm at risk, you know. It could be totally trolling on us, be like, oh, kill yourself, but we'll give you $1 million, you know. So, no. Depends. Next question. Do you think your art is good enough to sell? Okay, well, I would love to say yes, but I think there's always room for improvement in my art, even though I do like my style right now. I really need to work on backgrounds and shit, but honestly, I actually have sold some of my art, you know, some of my original pieces, and have done prints, you know, during con, but maybe not right now. Let my confidence go up a little more with my style. But hey, I might do it, you know, to make some dough for college. Need extra dough. Poor college students here. And last but not least, would you give up your first child to be rich and famous? Let me try that again. Sorry. Would you give up your firstborn child to be rich and oh shit. Okay, try this again, Ari. My God. Would you give up your firstborn child to be a rich and famous artist? There we go. Hells no, I wouldn't. You know, I mean, joking wise, I'm also considered a mother hen throughout my group of friends. I really am protective with my friends. I just would not do that. I wouldn't at all. I wouldn't even think about it, you know? It's your kid. Okay, honestly, I consider myself somewhat of a famous artist, kinda, sorta, at least in the Munto universe, since I draw so much fan art. Like, I don't have anything else to do. Because I realized that I didn't know how much fan art I did until I realized someone made a AMV with Munto fan art, and like 75% was my pieces. I'm like, whoa, wow, okay, can you credit me, please? Yeah. But no, I wouldn't do that. So, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully I could do more of these, and maybe with an actual visual recording. It wasn't working when I tried it previously on live stream. So maybe we could do more of these in the future, or maybe with this one I could promote more questions and one I can answer with my actual YouTube followers. So thanks for listening, and things to look forward to are more AMVs, obviously. I've actually recorded a Munto bridge months ago with this little girlie next to me. Look forward to that. It's very cracktastic, believe me. I've actually was going to make it a really long AMV, but 25% of it, of what I accomplished, got deleted because iMovie was screwing up on me. So there's that. If I get the motivation and patience to do that over again, that should be coming up in probably 2 parts because it was about 20 minutes. And then I'm also in a MEP group, so short clips should be coming soon. And yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.